Well, since we last met, we've been on a decent run of form. The scouts have been busy. I found some youth players, and as a result, the team is going to be mostly French in a few years, probably. But probably not. Most of these players will probably never see first-team playing time, and if they do, I'm not going to be the coach. On the other hand, last episode, I didn't think I was going to be the coach much longer, but we've had a really good run of form lately. A lot of that's due to a tactics change, but as a result of that change, I've got some unhappy players now. If it's not one thing, it's another here. My name's FM19, and this is the Palace March. Well, I think this box is about the same size it was the last time I recorded. We'll have to find out in post. But as I said in the intro, we've been on a pretty decent run. After getting shellacked at Man City, we were away at Bournemouth and we won 1-0. Christian Benteke with a 22nd minute goal. This was a game that was, well, ugly is probably the best word for it. We had 12 shots, 1 on target. They had 7 shots, 4 on target. A lot of mediocre effort on both sides of the pitch in this game. I don't know if the club has a contest going on with the players as to who can get the most yellow cards. But we won this game. Anyhow, it was nice to see Benteke scoring, also getting a player of the match. He's turning in some really good training performances too. And I'll admit, my opinion of him is shadowed by real-world events. So, thus far, in the game at least, he's doing really well. Next up, Swansea in the Carabao Cup third-round game. They are a recently relegated Premier League team. They are third in the Championship. We should have won this game in regular time. Luka Milivojevic missed another penalty kick. Stats-wise, Swansea was definitely better than us. 12 shots, 9 on target, 2 out of 11 and 4. They also had a slight possession advantage. Benteke put us on board with a goal in the 40th minute. MacArthur followed up with his own goal 2 minutes later. Barry McKay scored right before the half, and then Milivojevic missed a 64th minute penalty kick. I thought we were doing okay, and then Oliver McBurney got a goal in the 90th minute, right before the game ended. And this being the Carabao, we went right to penalty kicks. McBurney, although he had just scored, hit the ball right at Ghiata, who just stood there like a statue, and then everyone else on their team hit, but everyone else on our team hit as well. MacArthur's shot went past a diving Mulder, and we escaped the third round. We followed up with a win against Southampton at home. Southampton's a mid-table team. This was a pretty chippy game. This was the first game I went to the 4-4-2 narrow diamond, which I'll show you here in just a second. We had 19 shots, 9 on target to Southampton's 10 and 5. A lot of hard tackles this game. I'm surprised no one was injured. We lucked out. Riedewald got sent off on a second yellow card in the 73rd minute. 8 minutes later, Benteke scored the goal to put us 2-1 ahead. I went to the defense. Southampton came surging forward. I think 4 or 5 of their shots happened in the last 10 minutes of the game. I think Adam Unas just lost his mind. The 1 yellow card in the 89th minute was understandable. The double yellow card in the 93rd minute was just inexcusable. Southampton gave us a game, but we saw our way through. Even with a couple of bad performances, Meyer, for whatever reason, has just been having some sub 6-7 games, and I don't know why. The other thing that's annoying to me, at least, is that he doesn't get along well with Benteke, which, for a striker attacking midfielder partnership, is not a good thing. After Southampton, we were away at Man United, and Man United is not having a good season. They are currently in 17th place. They've only won 1 game. They've drawn 3. They've lost 5. Liverpool is running away with the Premiership. No, Household 6 came home, had to stop and help her bring in the groceries. Anyhow, we were talking about Man United and how poorly they're doing. Let me get this report bug thing off the screen. There we go. The other thing that is surprising, at least to me, Leicester in 4th place, Newcastle in 6th, Huddersfield in 7th, Cardiff in 8th. I don't know if this is a beta issue. Part of me is a little bit concerned, but part of me thinks it's kind of cool too. The one thing I've also been doing is a lot of scouting. One of the things I did after the scouting department was all filled out, I went into who was available, selected everybody who was 19 years old and younger and available on a free, and I had them scouted. It's like 9 groups of 30. I've also got a couple scouts going out scouting various competitions in various countries at the moment, but we're building for the future here. I'm not going to be signing anybody big right away, I believe. Anyhow, these are players my scouts have found. They're not going to be superstars. If they ever get first team playing time, it's going to be as a rotation player, as a role player. But they've got potential, and I am more than happy bringing a youngster on, training them up, and then turning around and selling them for money down the future, especially if they all come in on freeze. Any money you get off of that is just, it's cash in the bank. First in, Remy Knoll. When I originally scouted him, he was 3.5 stars. I got him in. He's 2.5 stars. I'm okay with that. He's on the under-18 team. He'll be around maybe a year or two. We'll see if the potential ability doesn't go up there. Giacomo Minari is also another keeper. 1-star current ability, 3-star potential ability, again on the under-18 teams. Jason Madu, a midfielder, 1.5-star current ability, 3-star potential ability, again on the under-18 team. Matthias Legromit, 1-star current ability, 3-star potential ability. He was 4-star potential ability when I scouted him. That's one of the big reasons I brought him in. I guess it's got to be an issue between the scouts' judging of potential ability and my coach's judging of potential ability. I think he is probably one of the few who could go beyond what the star rating is. 18 years old, already a star current ability, fairly decent goalkeeping stats already, and those will only get better. I signed a lot of keepers because, frankly, all the young keepers I have are just, they're horrible. And then Theo Lallier, Theo was the latest person signed, 1-star current ability, 3-star potential ability, in the same vein as the previous one we saw. He was 4-star potential ability. When the scouts were looking at him, comes in, he's 3-star potential ability. Again, 18 years old. I've got him on a 5-year contract. He'll develop. I think it's possible he could be one of the other players who's going to be a 4-star potential player. And if he reaches that and he gets some playing time here, especially as a defensive right back, I'll be happy with that. If not, like I said at the beginning, I'll move him on. Zaha being out, Adams being out, and the fact that my winger depth is, well, at best, a couple PowerPoint slides deep, I needed a change. And in order to get all of my better playmakers on the field, this is the formation we're using. It's a 4-4-2 narrow diamond. It's mostly built off gegenpressing, but I've done a couple of things that I think plays to the team strengths a bit more. A lot of that is the out-of-possession stuff. I've lowered the lines of engagement, using the offside trap, things like that. In transition, it's mostly gegenpressing. In possession, we're playing out of defense. We're working the ball in the box. We have a much higher tempo. We're also a little bit narrower than you would normally see in gegenpressing, I believe. But since I switched to it, we haven't lost a game. So I must be doing something right, or the system is doing something right. Anyhow, I have a few more roster moves I have to make. We have Burnley coming up next, and I will be back with that game in just a bit. Well, today we are hosting Burnley, playing our 4-4-2 narrow diamond. Hennessy in goal, Riedewald, Dan Tompkins, and Wan-Bissaka as the defensive back four. Milivojevic is the defensive midfielder behind Kouyaté and MacArthur. Meyer is the attacking midfielder with Ayew and Benteke up front as the strikers. Now, moving right to left here. Now, the Swansea game was a bit disconcerting. We're giving up a lot of late goals, it seems. We've had 3 or 4. Brady with a free kick from outside the box, and Tarkowski scores. Oh, nice header. And another cinematic dive by Hennessy. The slow-mo really helps that, I think. Oh, Hennessy and Ghiata. Ghiata was brought in this offseason, and then I let Speroni go. And I like Hennessy better. Ghiata's a half-star better ratings-wise, but I just like Hennessy in goal better. He plays a better sweeper keeper, and he's actually a better goalkeeper, I should say, unless he's doing stuff like that. I started Ghiata in the cup games, and then he came to me angling for more playing time. I said, well, you got to prove it to me. Ayew with a shot goes wide left. I said, I'll start you in the cup games. He got really upset and essentially is forcing a move away from the club. which frankly is fine. As much as I like Hennessy, I also realize he's not the long-term option here. And keeper is probably something I'm going to look at in the January transfer window. I've got my eyes on a couple young keepers. We'll have to see how that turns out. Halftime already. Okay. Well, Tarkowski's 19th minute goal is all Burnley's needed so far. We've had 8 shots, 4 on target, a huge possession advantage, and it's done us absolutely no good. I think what we're going to do is come off the positive and go to the attacking. Now, 57 minutes in, this is the first highlight of the second half. Vokes to Westwood, to Cork, long pass to Goodmanson, but Riedewald intercepts it. Back to him. What the heck happened? Oh, come on. Oh, that shades of lower league football right there. Good grief, guys. Okay, you know what? We're going to make a couple changes here. Sorloth is going to come on for IU. And he is going to become the target man on support. Benteke is going to move to the pressing forward. Riedewald is going to switch places with Dan. And then Schlupp is going to come in and replace Dan. And we're going to save our last substitute. Oh, you would have thought there had been more action in this game. 10 minutes of pregame commentary, 3 minutes of game commentary. Well, that happens sometimes. Okay, we are going to go to the overload / very attacking. Kuyata just picked up a knock. Okay, it's a good thing we saved the last sub. Who can come on for him? Johnny Williams can. 5 minutes of extra time. Come on, guys. Stats-wise, it's been a very even game. Gibson. Oh, and that's it. Well, this has been the Crystal Palace story this season. We dominate possession and we're equal on shots, and that stats-wise, and we just cannot get the ball across the goal line. And then when we do, goal line technology says we don't, but that's in the past. I'm trying to leave it there, but we'll see. Kuyate was actually doing really well before he got injured. I don't know what happened there. Man United just outside the drop zone. I'm not really upset by that, to be honest with you. I think what we're going to do is come back for the Arsenal game. Arsenal's mid-table at the moment. The whole season's been weird. It's got to be a beta thing. Now, losing 1-0 to a top 6 team at the moment is not a bad thing. And like I said, we had our chances. We've got some really good teams coming up, though. Watford, Everton, Cardiff, and Arsenal are all... Well, let me double check here. Now, Watford's right above us. Everton, Cardiff. It's an unexpected table in the Premier League, and I really like that. I do. It just makes keeping track of things harder, especially for someone like me who just has too much information bumping around his head to keep it all straight sometimes. But yeah, what we are going to do is come back for Arsenal. Probably go 4 or 5 games between live comms. This is going to be the only episode out for tomorrow. I've got work commitments tonight, which means I'm going to edit this, then put it on YouTube and schedule it for an AM drop tomorrow. I think 10 a.m. my time, which is Central Standard Time in the U.S. is when my morning videos will post. I'm hoping this weekend I can actually get a few games ahead that I can actually start going to double uploads starting next week, but we'll see how that goes. I think as long as I'm getting 1 upload a day, I'm doing well. Those of you who have been tuning in, I really appreciate it. If you do like what you've seen and heard, please leave a like, subscribe to the channel for more content. Questions, criticisms, comments, leave them down below. I'll answer them as fast as I can. My name is FM19. I thank you for watching.